part of me thinks I should actually get off the internet and stop, like, looking at what other people are saying, but I'm kind of addicted to seeing what's going on in the world, which has probably become my bane for 5 years. We're in like 2017, and in 2012 is when I started this whole thing, which is funny to me because I had no idea that 2012 and the Mayan calendar and all that stuff actually had much weight, but it did for me. 2012, for most of you guys, you know that I had this surgery where I had a partial knee replacement, and this surgeon completely jacked me up, and I had to figure out how to work a miracle on my own. So, not that you give a flying shit, but I did. And I figured it out. My brain gets twisted and contorted because I explore a lot of ideas and a lot of texts and archaeology and history and stuff, and I get a little bit overwhelmed about communicating linearly because I don't even know how to think linearly. But I try. Go me. Yay. I try to communicate linearly. I have a lot of faith in the people that are alive today that are really good at that, communicating linearly. And some of those guys that are like really mastered that think I'm a whack job, which is fine because you wouldn't have the fun of creating if God kind of wasn't a whack job. Not that I'm God, just that like God is a whack job. Like it all just expands and explodes in that direction. So I don't have one of those beautiful, purposeful, like this video is about and yada yada yada. What I have to say is today, as of today, I've come to understand that like what the Beats were saying and what Steve Jobs did such a great job at. Everyone's got this whack job perspective of infinity, and I keep cycling in and out of body, in and out of body, in and out of body. And for psychologists and psychiatrists, I had to do a lot of research to understand that they perceive that as, well, they label that as crazy, but that's there's a term for that too. That's not quote unquote crazy. That's where all the ideas come from. So like I asked myself, or like actually texts from Egypt, how does it work that we are embodied, not embodied, alive, dead, in, out, like eyes open, eyes closed? How does this all play off of itself? Because even if you're a Christian, even Jesus was constantly saying things like, let those of you who can see, let those of you who can hear, but yet it's the blind leading the blind. And how does this all dovetail into an infinite, eternal life thing that we all not just are a part of, but a beloved part of? And so once I got that, I realized, oh, no wonder there's people trying to tell people who get it that they're whack jobs. That's my favorite term. And it suddenly made sense that, I wish I had a marker or I was a better artist. But what you get is this like wholeness. Oh, that was cool. So you've got like this earth, the rock, revelation. And then if you could expand the perspective of a being, feet on the ground, out, boom, 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 it would have to be connected to and therefore consciously able to communicate with all the other perspectives of it. So I was like, oh, well, that makes perfect sense. That's why revelation is what revelation is. It's My favorite story, Revelation 12. The woman clothed with the sun. Yeah, I probably bored you with this before, but it's a great story. When you're talking about a woman clothed with the sun, you're talking about a womb inside. Like, here's the sun, here's the nothing. And the dragon stands before her, but it's not a before her like in front of, it's a before, it's a time frame. It's so obvious. So at any rate, yeah, I'm going to loop right back around. The world's gotten kind of whack job and kind of crazy. But there are some people still alive today that so want to thank you so much, all of you. Prove that God is love and love is God, and the Bible actually has value. So important because it has immense value. Immense and intense value. So what we're all doing is giving our words and our songs and our perspectives of that love is the most important thing we can give. And it's weird because we got between the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s sort of trained to balance or value or meter our impact on whether or not we were in the media carrying responses, like getting responses back from the general public. That's not where it's at. That's not what it is. A true follower, or I don't say follower, a true upholder of the light says, hey, you know what? Some of them don't get it. I was so famous in the 80s. I was so famous in the 90s. I've got all this cash, and I'm still not giving up on the Bible, and I'm still going to drive home the fact that love is all there is. And it's awkward for me because for me, all those years, I was just reading books and like waking the hell up and getting dragged, well, I wouldn't say dragged, but driven across America by a shepherd. Chew on that for a minute. Across America by a shepherd to show me the Native Americans, the way the earth works, the way Egypt works, the way the eternal now works. I mean, I would say educated, but my favorite term is like, hot damn tamale, honey, I'm alive and awake and I'm getting edumacated. I love that term, edumacated. But I really was getting edumacated on all of it. Egypt, the books of Enoch, the whole Bible. And so now for me personally, thank God for the internet. It's a wonderful thing. But I get overwhelmed by the fact that I'm sitting on all this information. I'm not very good at making it linear and presentable and digestible. And I have some friends who like read what I write and look at what I do, and they're like, most people aren't going to get you. I'm like, I don't even know if I was born for people to get me. I just know that I know what I know and that who I am, and using words is really awkward. Words work, they direct, but it's so awkward for me. Dang. But I'll go there. And this video is even awkward because I just realized looking back in my head what I just said, funny. So why would you watch this video and why the hell do you care? I don't know. But here's my life in a nutshell. I used to lay in my bed and I used to watch the stars. I used to have dreams and imaginations and all this stuff. And all my dreams always came true. And then I got sort of mired into everything outside of me and what other people were telling me reality was. And then the whole world went to shit, which was kind of bizarre to witness. And I didn't know what to do with it. And then I got dragged out west, woken up by Native Americans and all this other stuff. Came back into my own and then got my ass kicked by a surgeon. Thank you, sir. I don't even remember your name. And then woke back up to all of it and how it's all one holographic experience. And my fun is realizing there's a lot of light workers that are awake and ready to stand up for love. And then, boom, it all came together. That all the music, all the words, everything only comes from the heart. It's love always wins. And so if you, I could cry right now, but if you don't doubt the fact that love is always like, oh, I want to say this nicely. I can't. Hell to the no. Love always wins, because there's always another baby being born. There's always another elephant being born. There's always another tree getting grown. Love will always one up the jackasses, because the jackasses don't even have a platform to be jackasses without the love that made them in the first place. So don't get too freaked out about that. They don't even get to exist if love didn't grant them the ability to exist. And that's hard for me, and probably hard for some of you. But at the same time, if you can do nothing, you can laugh at them. You can be like, oh yeah, that's so funny. You're so cute. Like, you're going to be an all-powerful world leader jackass. By at the same time, you didn't even get to be that without the trees and the sun and the light and the dirt. Aren't you cute, dumbass? But you can laugh at them that way. Because God does. And that's why Jesus always made fun of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. But it's not just Jesus. Every leader in Egypt and everybody else always laughed at the ones that were like, oh, I'm so powerful. No, you're not powerful. You don't even get... There's no way you could be more powerful than the all that is. It's not even... It's well, technically not allowed. But you can pretend for like that long of your itty bitty life, and most of us will not remember you. So for those of you that are expanding the love and spreading that joy, just keep doing that, because those guys, even infinity laughs at them. So this video, typical to my consciousness, is like sort of all over the place, but oh look, wait, oh, I missed it. It's my cat. She's adorable. I wanted you to see her. Kitty, come here. Nope, she won't. But yeah, so don't, oh, that's the clue. Don't give your time and attention to the power they think they have. Give your time and attention to the power that you know you have, which is your love and in your heart. Alright, that was kind of a all over the place worthless video, but we went there and it was fun. Oh, stupid point, Bono, about you too. I really care that you're alive, and I really care that you're still here. And I really sometimes get freaked out about being alive and being aware and being here, and I know you don't. I know it's all a big joke, and I know it's all funny, but tell the world. Feeling what I feel is you want me to be strong, that's grand. I can be strong, but I'm not gonna ever deny that bleeding out like this was the hardest goddamn thing I've ever done for any universe of any time. And no human being on the planet Earth will ever understand what I just said. And so who fucking cares? But bleeding out like this, coming here, don't tell me what you lost, because you got way more money and way more freedom and way more shit than I do. But I've still got that white stone from the Bible. I know who I am, and I know what I am, and I still don't ever fucking understand why you deny, like, all this shit never happened, but whatevs. Did I just say whatevs? That's like a teenager. Whatever. I've been walking it just parallel to you in a different freaking way, and I wish to God we could do some kick-ass work. It would be so cool. But anyway, I do know from my years with really, really super rich people, I remember those years, that they're all paranoid about, like, oh, are you trustworthy? Oh, are you one of my kind? Oh, do you understand this and that and the other? And I was there, and I would always be like, oh my God, you guys are so hung up on bullshit. Thank God for Miami Beach. Because in Miami, you never get hung up on shit. You just create. But now, I don't know, dude. Band, all you guys, I watch you and I'm like, seriously? We set out for this, like, amazing, mind-blowing example of a lifetime of trust and stuff, and getting paid is good for you, weird to witness for me, because it's like the money's meant to be power and leverage. It's meant to be like examples and like fun, not proving to the people who want power over that you have power over. It's so complicated, but win the game with me, please. Please, so that people that you, world leaders who I won't name that you don't like, can never mess with you again, because you know that you know that you know what you know since the day you started singing in 1979. Yeah. If I can make it here, so can you. Alright, we're done for